Rachel, thank you so much for doing this interview with me, especially as we speak. We're at the Liss Gallery where your exhibit is. It is raining out there, but you know what? Bad weather, great art, great combination. How does it feel being part of the Liss Gallery, being able to show your work?
I am totally appreciative of Brian Liss and giving me a show. Every artist wants a show. Otherwise, you stockpile your paintings. And I was a ballet dancer, and I always say, you could take ballet class forever, but if you don't have a place to perform, you know, you're always looking for that outlet to show what you do.
You know, and that's really the thing, because art runs through your blood, whether it be on stage, whether it be paintings. I want to talk a little bit about the ballet, though, and what got you so interested in that, because as beautiful as it looks for us in the audience, for ballet dancers, it is tough to try to do what they do and make it look so graceful, and you do that very well.
You're right. Well, I was very little, and my sister used to take dance, and my mother used to take me to all her classes, and I could not sit still, as I was told, and had to run into the classroom all the time. So as soon as I was old enough, I auditioned for the School of American Ballet, which was with Balanchine. He died a while ago, and from there, it was love. I just loved to dance. I love ballet especially. I actually started a little bit in modern, but it didn't capture me like ballet did, and became a ballet dancer. But always loved to paint. Always loved to paint.
That's what I want to get into. Well, you were doing the ballet. Were you painting or even thinking about it or doing drawings? Like, how did that sort of creep in?
Always was drawing, always painting. My mother was an artist, and my uncle was an artist, and he has had a show with Brian as well. That's how I got to Brian. His name was Joe Lasker, and he was part of the movement from the 40s and the 50s, and both my mother and him hung out with Jackson Pollock and that whole group of artists from that period.
That's amazing.
So it was always drawing and always painting, but my mother said you have to choose what you want to do. You can't take piano lessons, art lessons, gymnastics. She said, if you want to be a ballet dancer, that's what you do. And that's what I did.
But there was a change, though, because we are here for a reason. So where did that transition start?
Well, I got really injured at one point. And I was doing a lot of drawings, and somebody said to me, maybe you could do like some books or something, you know, why don't you try some publishers and show them what you have. And I called up, I went through the yellow pages, which in America's listing for the telephone at that time, and one of the big publishers, Macmillan, I think it's here too, said, okay, bring up your portfolio. We're looking at portfolios today. I didn't have a portfolio. I just had a paper bag, put everything in it, brought it up there, and then they called me and said, do you mind leaving your work overnight? And I said, no. And then they called me in the morning, and I went up, and I met who was to become my editor, and she said, do you have any ideas for a children's book? And I went, not really. I never thought about it. I know nothing about it or anything. And she really trained me on the job, and I did my first book, which was about a little boy who danced, which was very unusual for that time, and it was very successful. So that started me there, and I still was dancing, but then I got very injured. I was really injured, and so I decided to stay with the art, and I was still dancing and traveling with the ballet company, and went to all over Europe and different places, and but eventually settled down with painting, books.
I love what you wrote. You wrote something where you said to do these kind of paintings, only a ballet dancer could do that.
That's right.
It's really important.
Yeah, I have known many people that have tried to do ballet, wonderful artists, and they can't, because for some reason they put dancers in the wrong position. It's just not right. And at one point, my uncle, Joe Lasker, wanted to come backstage at Lincoln Center and paint the dancers. And Balanchine gave him George Balanchine gave him permission, and he set up his easel and stuff, and he said, I can't do it. I can paint a dancer standing there, smoking a cigarette, but I can't paint them dancing. And the same, when Degas painted his dancers, dance was not the same then. Ballet was not the same then. It was very posed. There was not a lot of movement and everything. So, you really have to be a dancer to understand the movement, the whole, and be familiar with the structure of the body and everything.
So I'm curious about the structure in your paintings, because the thing that I noticed really is no painting is really alike. And when I say that is because usually when you see a painter's work, there's a very strong similarity. When I look at this, there are some similarities, but really everything is different. How does that kind of creation come in when you can master that, but still make sure it's your signature?
I don't know. It really comes from just what you feel like doing, And I flip back and forth, as you can see, from dance to Africa, where I lived for 10 years. And I love both, and I find them actually very similar. There's a lot of movement, color, feeling, expression, lighting, everything is, but I'm analyzing it now. When I paint, I don't analyze it, I just do it. Really.
That's what we were talking about. It's in your blood, though. But are these pictures that are posed? Are these pictures that were taken, or is these just from
my head? The only ones are like, there was a wonderful entrepreneur back when his name was Serge Diaghilev, and ballet was the biggest thing in Paris in the 1920s. And Serge Diaghilev brought together Picasso and Stravinsky and George Balanchine and on and on and on, Matisse, and he brought all these people together and produced ballets. And it was huge. You couldn't even get a ticket to it at the time. So a few of my things are homage to an artist named Bakst, who did a lot of sets and costumes and stuff for Diaghilev. And it's my interpretation of it, but a few of those are from something. Most of my paintings are from my head.
Is there a theme message, though, in your paintings? Is there something that you hope that the folks that buy your paintings, or at least get to appreciate what they see? Yeah, when they buy them. What do you hope that message is through your artwork?
Message. I don't know. I love it, and I want them to know that I love painting, and feel really happy and proud to own one. If that's, I don't know what else to say.
No, you know what? Like I said, everything is gorgeous, folks. I tell you, coming down to Liss Gallery, they're going to enjoy this. If people want to get in touch with you, I know they can go through Liss Gallery, but do you have Twitter or anything like that?
I have a website, and it's yes, Brian, but I think it's Rachel Isadora, one word, .com.
Okay, well, we can check that anyways.
Yeah.
We can also, like I said, go through Liss Gallery to
yeah.
make sure that we know how to get in contact with you and get your paintings. Thank you.
Publishers. I have lots of publishers.
There you go, and lots of publishers. Thank you so much for doing this interview with me, but more importantly, like I said, thank you for something that is so beautiful. Wow. What a way to start the holidays and being able to come here and see something like this. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks. Thank you very much. Thank you, Rudy.